On to you, Aries. You have the Strength, the Queen of Wands, and you, Aries, have the Nine of Wands. So a lot of fire energy coming into this reading already. So a lot of you, Aries, right now, I'm seeing how your hands are tied in the sense that you have a lot going on in your life, and that you, Aries, have a lot to essentially take care of. You have a lot of responsibilities, and you, Aries, are definitely planning on handling everything. It's just a matter of structure or organization. It's just a matter of structure, and it's just a matter of how skilled you are at being able to accomplish particular things, right? Goals. Okay. When it comes to matters of heart as well, right? When it comes to matters of heart as well, you have the Page of Pentacles and the Two of Swords, which represents, as of right now, a lot of you, Aries, may think that this is not necessarily a time to really be in love, and that this isn't a very good time to supposedly be in said relationship. But it's not necessarily that it's not a good time. What it is that you know, you just may be guarding your heart a little bit, or you may think that, you know, there's not a lot of potential out here for you, and you're in no mood to have to interact with someone that is going to be too much of a puzzle to figure out, right? Where you have to interact with them, and it just seems like they're going to be too much of a hassle. Right? Correct. That's exactly right. You know, I agree. You're doing the correct thing. Don't hang out with anybody who is, like I said, where you have to force it. It's going to be too much of a problem for you, right? You're going to have to call them all the time first. You're going to have to reach out, do this, do that, do the other. Ask them out, find out what's going on. Too much of a hassle. I'm not saying for you not to put in an effort. Of course you should. But when it seems like you're just overreaching, you're doing too much, then you're supposed to take a step back and say, okay, this is enough. So once again, it's not that you're not ready for a relationship, right? Because you're healing. What it is that you guarded your heart. And I've talked about this before, that there's a Valentinian aspect of Aries, where it's like you want to be in love, but you don't necessarily have the right outlet in order to be in love. And what I'm trying to tell you with that scenario is, you, Aries, essentially, you just have to not you just have to become a little bit more loose, in the sense of not loose like be fast, right? I'm not talking about being loose from that perspective, where it's like being for everybody. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being loose in the sense that being a little bit more comfortable in your own skin, being more comfortable with who you are. Because once again, a lot of you are not comfortable with who you are, right? You're not. Somebody will call you attractive, and you'll be like, what, me? You know what I'm saying? Am I attractive? Yes, yes. That's the point, right? That's why they said that you're attractive. But that's my point, though, right? You're not comfortable with that. And there's a certain level of innocence and cuteness that comes with you not being vain in that way, right? So you should keep that level of innocence, but you should also throw away the other level where it's like you don't understand your own. You should get rid of you not being comfortable in your own skin. You have to become more comfortable in your own skin. And what I mean by that is from the perspective of this is part of why it is that you have a difficult time in dating, because it comes out like an Aquarius, where it's awkward. And I'm not saying that to upset you. I'm saying that because that awkwardness is attractive, but at the same time, even though it's attractive, other people who are experiencing you, it's attractive. For you, though, it's not very attractive. It's quite, you don't feel comfortable, like I said, with your own body, who you are. You kind of feel there's a certain level of uncomfortability with that. And the Five of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands represents, that's what creates your guarded heart. Because when someone breaks your heart, it's like, okay, you're never going to date again. Forget about it, right? And I've been there, done that, right? And, you know, in 2023, when I got my heart broken, right? The person wasting time, all this other type of nonsense or what have you, I just decided I'm just done. Honestly, I decided I'm done just trying to date in the United States. It's not for me. It's and that's when I had to really, again, dark night of the soul. It's never been for me. Tried. It's never, when I think about it, when I really sit back and I really think about it, right? I just give it some thought. It's never really worked for me like that. The individuals, too uptight, too entitled. They have this entitlement complex. You know, they want all this money and gifts, trips and all this, and it's like, I'm 14. And they talking like they're 14 as well, right? We're in the 9th grade at the time. And they'll be talking like they want all these gifts and trips and stuff like this. They want you to be this multi-millionaire. You know, how many people that I tried to get to know cheated? How many people wasted time and all of this? Hey, you want to go out? Let's hang out. Let's hang out. Let's kick it. No, I'm not going to go out with you. Fine, so I'm going to go talk to somebody else. Wait, no. Shut up. Shut your mouth. Because if you're not into me, you can't tell me where I can and I can't go. Your goofy behind lost me. I'm going to go talk to as many people as I want. Kiss my behind. Right? So when I think on it, it's never worked out. Now, I'm saying all that to say that once I was able to actually accept that for what it is, right? The Five of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands, I was able to walk away with it, walk away from dating right here in the States, because I understood that at this point, what I needed to do has been resolved. It's been resolved. It's been absolved. It's been dissolved. I'm not trying to date here any longer. It's not something where I have a chip on my shoulder about. And it's the same thing that when it comes to you, I'm not saying that you have to do what I am doing, but what I am saying is the Five of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands is, you Aries will understand that it's not about people making you feel uncomfortable, even though it is partially about that. It's about you Aries having to wake up and understand that you have to become more comfortable in your own skin, in your own existence, in your own life, to understand that some people are just dumb and that they're going to make dumb decisions that's going to ruin their lives intentionally, while at the same time making it seem like they know what they're talking about. And the only type of people, regardless of how much money they have, regardless of how good they look, they're on the verge of self-destruction. And the only type of people that can keep with them are people who are dysfunctional. Because one thing that you Aries may not know or may not realize is how many people are on substances. You would be surprised. And you know this because of my experiences. I've never been on those types of substances, unless you start talking about token. But to say playing with your nose, nah, no way. But you'd be surprised at how many people do play with their nose. So, big corporate executives. You'd be surprised. But the point is that the tower represents, and this is where the coming down is. The tower, the Queen of Swords, and the Page of Wands. So what am I saying in all of this? What I'm saying in all of this is, don't harden your heart. Don't start making it impossible for you, Aries, to be reached or for people to get close to you. That's not where strength is. That's not where strength is. That's not where power is. The power is in being elusive. It's in being flexible. The power is in being mutable. The ability to understand heartbreak, deal with it, but it doesn't do you in. You know, it doesn't break you. It doesn't make you freeze up. You understand? You know, when pressure is on, you get bigger. You don't get smaller when you're supposed to get bigger. You know, once again, it's that separates those type of MMA artists or mixed martial artists from the mixed martial artists like a Demetrius Johnson. Shout outs to Demetrius Johnson, by the way, one of the greatest of all time, in my humble perspective. No particular order in my top 10, because he could be number one on any given day. But the point that I'm trying to make here with that is, it's the level of comfortability in their own skin. It's the flexibility. It's the no particular pattern. It's the adaptation. You, Aries, have a problem with the fact that when you all get your heart broken, you decide, okay, that's it, no more, no mas, right? No mas, no mas, no more. And that's not what this is about. And I've talked about this before. Love and pain are in the same vein. If you're going to put yourself out here, you need to understand that people will reject you. People will try to set you up to make it seem like y'all are in a relationship so they could pull this foolishness. And it is stupid. My gosh, it is stupid when they do that. But you have to be flexible. And that if you clam up, if you freeze up, you're going to become like one of the individuals out here where they date to use people, but they don't seem to understand that they are being used themselves. Even regardless of whether they give up the sugar or not, they're still being used because they put themselves in a position where what are they doing? Pay for play. So they're still trash too. They're still broken too. So let's clarify oh, and the Queen of Swords. You shouldn't be doing it with a grudge. You gotta understand once again, do it to be elusive. So let's clarify some cards. Let's clarify the Tower. Come on, yo. You have the Ace of Wands, King of Wands, Four of Swords, the Justice, and the Tower. So to clarify the Tower, the Ace of Wands, the King of Wands, and the Four of Swords right here. You have the Tower because the Tower is Scorpio. Scorpio represents, whether you got the Tower or the Unalive card, they both represent kind of like a fixed point in history that you're supposed to experience, that you can't escape from. So it's something where it's like you have to confront. And the thing that you have to confront is the pain that you, Aries, feel in matters of love. You have to confront that. You have to become a certain level of comfortable with it. The Ace of Wands and the King of Wands, the Four of Swords, you haven't became comfortable with it as of yet. You're still fighting it. You don't make things don't work out. You end up, oh, I'm not gonna date anybody, all this other stuff. And on one level, I get it, because I used to do that myself. What it is that you're trying to fix your mistake. You're trying to fix your wrongs. You're trying to understand, well, how is it that it seems like you just keep getting hurt. But it must be, the dating that's the problem. And it's like, no, not necessarily. It's the people. They're dysfunctional, right? So you owe it to yourself to look around, see what's going on. And the justice, right? The justice represents, you owe it to yourself, like I said, to look around. Don't just be in one area, date, and then if it's trash, just be like, oh, okay, well, I'm done. If you have some sort of experience traveling, try to date there, right? I've been all different places. I've been all kind of different places. I've been to Washington D.C., Philadelphia a bunch of times, New Jersey. I have family in New Jersey. Also been to New Jersey for all types of stuff and all types of activities. I've been to, what else? Obviously, I live in New York. Just I've been to Trinidad 6 or 7 times. So I've been all up and down throughout not the entire East Coast, but I've been up and down the East Coast a couple of times. And, I'm nowhere near done traveling. As long as I have the finances to, I'm going to continue to travel. I'm going to see what's going on. I know I have some family members in Colorado, some long lost family members in Colorado. But it's very interesting. So I'm just planning on seeing, and wherever it is that I go, I'm just gonna see what's going on, you know. And I think you, Aries, should too. But that's it. Trying to make my YouTube channel go to 100,000 subs. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. And there's a link in the comment section below, which will take you to my merch, my tarot readings, as well as the books that I have on Amazon. Get those. Get the merch. Get my tarot readings, the books that I have on Amazon. Get all of those things. Really appreciate it if you would. Peace.